What's up, YouTube? Welcome back with another episode of the Wiley Show. We have a lot to discuss today. I finally got done with the 2-hour lengthy, but actually the interview was like 2 hours and 40 some seconds of the Jaguar Wright and Storm interview Jaguar Wright. So I definitely listened to the entire single interview in its entirety, and I'm going to do a full breakdown of that interview. Okay, now it first starts to open up with this. Let me go. Oh, I took a lot of notes. That, Storm Monroe announced that people were in their feelings after the interview, and then Storm said to Jaguar that she never changed her story. Her story have always been consistent. Even with this 2-hour and 43-second video, her story have not, in my humble opinion, have not changed. The story about Diddy and Andre, and this is saying that. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, you guys. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Had to take care of something. Right. So, like I was saying, the interview opened up. Jaguar Wright's story never changed, and we're gonna get into it all. So, that's one thing I want to say about that. Her story never changed. Then it gets to the Diddy and Andre, and of course, according to her, that Diddy was actually doing getting fellatio towards his mentor, and that's what I gathered from the information. And also, too, she was saying, how can someone that he was interning for, how can he lose his entire company towards the intern? How did the intern take it from the mentor, take the whole company? She was talking about really exposing Diddy game and how he took advantage of the industry. And she was just really just dragging Diddy. Then it also gets that she said that P. Diddy knows pop culture. And then she said nobody cares about him rapping. Then she says she's not hating on him getting money. She says she hate the way he is getting the money. Then she said the artists, how the music industry will put artists on the shelf, how they don't pay them no minds, and how she said Diddy got this way by listening to Clive Davis. Then she said Father MC was one of the infamous, had an infamous party, and that somebody had got trampled over to death, and how that Diddy had to pay money to cover it up. So she was saying that, and mind you, Storm didn't really get into details about what she was really talking about, because this is, like I said, this interview is so above. Like, you just have to just let Jaguar Wright talk, unless you really know hip hop, rap, unless you really know the gossip. You know, Wendy Williams would have done a better job because she pretty much knows the culture. But anyway, but she was just talking. Then she said that the Shade Room. They said allegedly the Shade Room has been paid by Diddy to not repost Jaguar Wright because everybody have been tagging the Shade Room all in the comments, like, are y'all gonna repost her? 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 The Shade Room have not reposted her. And it was like, why is the Shade Room not reposting Jaguar Wright, you know, a Storm Monroe interview? Well, according to Storm and according to Jaguar Wright, that Diddy is sent money to the Shade Room to not post her on there. And that's why you haven't seen no clips of them posted on the Shade Room. They said, why, you know, Jaguar was like, why is everybody else, the story is viral, why not the Shade Room posted it? And then Storm Monroe said, allegedly, some YouTubers is being paid. She also told us that the East Coast and West Coast was a marketing scheme by Suge Knight and P. Diddy. And she said, allegedly, everyone knew that. And when they couldn't get a control of it, that's what happened. She also put in there that certain groups you see in pictures, but when shit hit the fan, you don't see them some certain groups anymore. Because he asked her who shot, you know, Biggie and or Tupac. She asked that question. She didn't really go into depth about that, but she said everybody know who shot him. That's what she said. She said everybody know. Mm-hmm. Then she said, this is Jaguar Wright. I started in the business at 13 years old by interning in these record studios. She said recording studios. I started at 13. And she said I brought Biggie mixtape to New York. Then she also said that she interned at record labels and she would help with the marketing reports. She said she was at MCA and Universal Distribution. And Jaguar Wright says she have mad connections in the industry. Then she said she don't like Make the Band. She said she don't even like American Idol. She said the reality shows is cheaper than sitcoms because it's cheaper to run. She said that when you get signed and you win with American Idol, you giving away 75 to 80% of your revenue is going back to the record label. She said it's all appointed to you. You don't get to meet the CEOs. You don't get to build up the relationships. You don't get to talk to the clubs and build up relationship with that because it all goes to your label. Then she said something about Christopher Williams. I don't know who that was. Then she said it was a lawyer. She was a great lawyer that worked with Diddy. But once she saw that Diddy had gave somebody fellatio, she had to stop being an attorney. And she said she can't say the attorney name because she don't want the attorney to get blackballed. And then she said that Diddy is ran by Clive Davis. Now, we all know that Clive Davis is the master in the music business. Like, he got his hand on the pulse of the culture. She said that Whitney Houston been getting high. Jaguar Wright said, I've been told people that she was a crackhead. But being on Bobby Brown, the public were able to witness for themselves that she is a crackhead. She said that Clive Davis did a great job with Alicia Keys. But she said that Alicia Keys' album was on So Def with Jermaine Dupri and that she couldn't break. That was that same album where she had in public, but she never could break. But due to her working with Clive Davis, he was able to pay to make her relevant. He put the braids in her. She said she is no genius. She started to drag Alicia Keys. She said Alicia Keys is no genius. She said she went to Juilliard school, but she had the album with So Def, but she's no genius because she can't sing on key. She said they put $25 million into her campaign, and that's how Alicia Keys got nominated for 5 nominations. And then she said that Clive Davis paid for NDRE to get 9 because they didn't want it to seem like Alicia Keys was winning it all. They wanted to play like they were playing game. Then she said that Clive Davis purchased her career and that Alicia Keys bought and paid for. She said she can play the piano, this is my notes, but can't sing on key. Then she brought up Summer Walker, but she said she really started to drag. She said the geniuses in music is Stevie Wonder, Prince, and Marvin Gaye. Those are musical legends, not Alicia Keys. because she said Gladys Knight can sing on pitch, but she said Alicia Keys cannot, and she was dragging her. She said this, that just because someone wrote a great marketing campaign doesn't mean that they are the best, because you can buy stuff in this business. And he asked him about how much is Clive Davis in the business, how big is he, and she said Clive Davis is the business. And then they asked, Storm asked her, did Clive Davis have Whitney Houston killed? Then she went on to say this. She didn't really answer the question. She said she's not gonna get into that. But then she said Clive Davis, this is Jaguar Wright. She said Clive Davis hit it on her ex-husband. That Clive Davis was flirting with her ex-husband. That is what Jaguar Wright said. She said that Jaguar Wright said also that Clive Davis brought in Angie Stone, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, and that Aretha Franklin knew the singers and introduced those singers to Clive Davis, that, that he's not the guy that's so talented, such a wise man in music and business. It was Aretha Franklin that was bringing him to the business. Then they got into gospel. No, for first of all, we stay on Whitney Houston for a second. Then he asked her, do you think she feared the mother? No. She said, I think she had a great fear of who her mother is. She's talking about Sissy Houston. Then she brought up Maddie Moss Clark and Sissy Houston. And then she said that Maddie Moss Clark is, the Jesus Christ Jenner, is the gospel version of Kris Jenner. Because Storm Monroe was like, I don't know who is Maddie Moss Clark. I don't even know too much gospel singers. I'm like, you don't know who Maddie Moss Clark is? Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. So the husband had to correct her because he didn't know. And he's like, Dr. Maddie Moss Clark, like she's in the gospel world, like she's very, very known. If you in Kojic, anybody been around Kojic, Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. You know of her. And if you don't know, make sure you go tune into the movie. But Storm said he's not into the gospel. He don't know the gospel. He probably was into rock music, techno music, and all that other stuff. So he was like, I don't know who that is. Then they got into that and said that, that Whitney Houston, this is Jaguar Wright. She said that Whitney Houston never wanted to divorce Bobby Brown, that Clive Davis forced her to do so. Then she said that, Whitney Houston should have never did that tour in Europe, that she was extremely high. And that said that deal, that Whitney Houston, they only getting about $35,000 from the deal. And he said, Storm asked a very good question. Yes. He said about the music industry. He said, I don't understand the record labels, like these record deals. And Jaguar Wright said, it's about being a long shot. She said being signed to a record deal is like getting a long shot. It's like going to the payday loan. You paying them 600, 800%. It's like having it being a long shot. That is what it is. It's like being in a long shot. It's like a long shot. Like you're getting a loan, but yeah, you got to pay all of these percentages on here. And then if you don't pay it up for it, then it transfers to the other album and you keep on them and on them. She said that they will have thousands of dollars on a luncheon off the artist's budget. And she said, I recorded a whole album in 2 weeks. Then she brought up Gerald Levert. She said before Gerald Levert passed away, Gerald Levert passed right before his album was released. And that was the only album he would have fully got paid for. Because of the other work that Gerald Levert did, the other people were taking advantage of him. Then she said they were having white parties in Dubai. And they said with underage kids, that you could have parties in Dubai with underage people. She said that it's a video of P. Diddy in his hotel room with a dildo on the bed. She said, you see it right in there. What grown man got a dildo on the bed? Then she was talking about they take the Special K, a horse tranquilizer, and she said all this. She said, what in the world? Who does that? And then they was talking about Mary J. Blige. She said Mary J. Blige, because Storm Monroe said, well, Mary J. Blige got 14 Grammys. And then you already know when you say Mary J. Blige around Jaguar Wright, you already know that she gonna be triggered to drag. It's like certain names you can't name. So he said, that Mary J. Blige got 14 Grammys. What do you mean she got 14 Grammys? She paid for it. She paid for those Grammys. They paid for those Grammys. Diddy paid for it. Because she said, you know, Clive Davis, that's P. Daddy. She paid for those Grammys. She just went on to drag. She said, it doesn't matter how many Grammys you are. You can't sing. She's not an excellent singer. And then she went on to R. Kelly. She said R. Kelly had 14-year-old backup dancers and that he sticked his finger in the crack of that child's butt. Let me drink some water. She was just spilling tea because at first, I'm like, I can't get to no 2-hour interview. Baby, when I start clicking and licking, I'm clicking it, and looking. I said, wait a minute. Because at first, I was just going to watch the first hour of it. But no, she was spilling tea. And then he was asking about the note to Whitney Houston. Well, first, let me stick on R. Kelly for a second. So, yeah, she said that her cousin backstage saw that he stick his finger in her butt. And then into this 14-year-old butt. And then she said that they were backstage when it happened. They said they were backstage when it happened. And her cousin, Jaguar cousin, said, I'm going to fly back to Chicago. This is sick. Then they get on to Willie. I think he said Willie Ford or some white lady that was on the record company was released an album on the same time that Jaguar Wright released the album. And Jaguar said the first week I sold 100,000 copies in the first week. And this white girl, she only sold 60 copies. And she had more money with radio marketing than I had. Miss, is it Willa Ford? Yeah, that's the artist's name. Thank you. Willa Ford. Then she said that, you know, this was only 60 albums she sold, and I sold 100,000 because Mary J. Blige was crying and telling these people to don't promote my music. Mary J. Blige was sitting there crying. What is she crying for? She didn't want to promote. Like, anytime you say, Mary, oh, Mary, don't you weep, Jaguar Wright gonna be like, and Mary, like, when you say Mary J. Blige, that is a trigger word for her. Whatever Mary J. Blige did to her, Jaguar Wright is still holding on to that beat. And it's going to be a long time. Mary, you bet. If you say Mary to her, she go drag. Okay. Then she said, Mary J. Blige's sister is a B. Yes, she did. Jaguar Wright said that she enjoys singing, and she was singing one of Mary J. Blige's songs that Lauryn Hill wrote for her, that she said Lauryn Hill should have sung, did a better job. And then Storm Monroe did not know the song, and, you know, Jaguar Wright was singing. Then she said that when she went to jail, she got stronger and smarter in jail. She said she had over 160 documents, and she beat the case. And she said Mary J. Blige got her GED at 26. She said Mary J. Blige can't even read. She's not even educated to read a contract. So why is she bringing these artists to that? She can't even read the contract. So how are you going to do it, Mary? How are you going to bring and write a contract? And then they was talking about cutting off the noise and watching back. And then I learned something from Storm Monroe. He said the reason why he blocked people is because he wanted to be focused on his craft. You know, of course, we send, you know, Storm Monroe our love about how he's growing and stuff like that. And I love the fact that he responded because people, you need to separate. Did she say 36? Yeah, she said she got her GED at 36. 37? Where did she get her GED at 37? Oh, yeah, it is 36. She got a GED at 36. Who gets their GED at 36, Barry? You did all that talking, and she was just dragging. And I was entertained by it. I was literally entertained. It was thousands of people in the chat. Now, I couldn't catch it live because with that Jaguar Wright interview, you literally got to sleep, then listen to it. I slept, and then I re-listened to their entire interview. I was walking around the house listening to it, going in the living room listening to it. I was listening to the entire one. Like, she's ready for a podcast or radio. But I do feel for her because this woman is spilling tea. I'm talking about the whole tea farm, tea, drowning in tea. So that was that. So I give Storm Monroe for this interview 2 thumbs up. That interview deserved 2 thumbs up. That interview actually deserves a round of applause. Let me see. Do I have a round of applause on this soundboard? I know I was downloading stuff. Do I have a round of applause? Then let me give him a round of applause. Definitely. Definitely.
That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right. So that was that piece. Beautiful interview. Then I wake up early today, and of course, shout out to the people that tune into my station head show today. Shout out to all of y'all. If y'all missed it, I will drop the link in the comments if y'all missed the station head. So I was on station head today. First and foremost, I was asleep, getting my life, and I woke up to a lot of messages. I'm like, what's going on? And of course, people were saying that, you know, Ahmad was addressing me and saying all the same tired lies as he say every week. He cries and weep and saying that I'm obsessed and I'm jealous and envy, and he do the same tired reads, the same tired stuff. We're quite bored with it, quite frankly. And he was mad that Jaguar Wright did not come on his show. Jaguar Wright went on Storm Monroe show, and now he's upset that he did not get the Jaguar Wright interview. But what I've heard is she would have done the interview, but once he called to the B word and dragged her hair texture and everything like that, she decided not to go on the platform. She decided to go on the platform with someone that is not going to judge her and cuss her out. And so it was a couple of videos that she watched that did not go what she think that would be a great platform for her. She wanted to go on a platform to be heard, not to be interrogated. So she decided to go on Storm Monroe's platform, where she would be able to be heard and, you know, and not to be dragged. So that was the reason why she went on Storm and not his. And of course, he was naming my name down there. I'm like, what you naming me for? What I do? I don't like Wiley. He took the sound bite. He used a switchboard. No, he used a soundboard. We all use soundboard. Get over it. Get over it. Everybody that does radio have a little soundboard. You don't own the soundboard. Where they do that at? And you got the soundboard, sir. With all due respect, last time I checked, you started doing the soundboard after you start listening to Nicki Minaj Queen Radio. After you get through listening to Queen Radio, then you did a soundboard. You got that from Nicki, from Monica. That was before, you know, you dragged her and you got unfollowed. I didn't get an unfollowed by Nicki. So first and foremost, anybody that want to use a soundboard can use a soundboard. Boom, bam, put it on. Hoo-ha. Anybody that want to use a soundboard can use a soundboard. You don't control the market of soundboards. Okay? No, you don't. No matter how you tell your base of followers, you don't own it. I can play a song, the same record, because last time I checked, it is a YouTube free royalty music. So if I want to use it till the reels fall out, guess what? I'm going to use it. Okay? It is my business. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But you watch and you make commentary. In the same way you building up your Walmart, I'm going to build me up a Sam's Club and a Target right next door. Period. Okay? I'm going to get a coin too. I ain't going to let nobody just talk about me if I don't defend myself. So we talk about each other. And I quite think it's very entertaining, by the way, because the station head ratings was really good. A lot of people were tuning in. So if y'all missed that live, make sure y'all go and check it out. But I heard all of that. He was getting mad, saying that, you know, Wiley, the one that told me that Jaguar Wright was talking about me. I did a video about it because I was the first one that knew about it. I'm glad he finally gave me credit for what I've been doing. But anywho, because Jaguar Wright was dragging him out, Wiggins, and pretty much was dragging him because she had her flash screen TV on and she was just looking at YouTubers that done videos about her, and his video pulled up. And so my producer told me about it, and I was the first one to break that story. And instead of him waiting and not burning that bridge, he dragged her. So that's the side he literally just dragged the woman, dragged her. Somebody that can be his twin right in and there. If I didn't know no better, they could be twins, like twins, brother and sister, twins, because they look just alike. To be humble, look like they could be identical twins. If you put their pictures side by side together, you would say that they related, niece, aunt, or twins. So we were hearing all of that, and of course, I go live, and somebody dragged me in the comments. You know, we welcome it. I don't have no problem with any of these people. I just get up on here and shade who I shade and do commentary. But he was really in his feelings about Storm Monroe. He keeps saying that he wished Storm Monroe would beat him so people will stop comparing him. Listen, you're the only one that's making a comparison something. I'm the only one that say it as a joking matter, but I'm not really serious about what I say when you and Storm, who's going to get the 100K, because y'all both going to get their 100K. Yes, somebody going to have bragging rights to make you feel good, just like last night. I think Storm Monroe had 7,000 people in the chat. That was incredible numbers, but he didn't always start out with 7,000. He started out with the 2. He started out with the 3. He started out with the 4. He started out with the 5. He didn't always have those many thousand people. So I go back to the beginning of folks. Like I was restreaming the Storm Monroe 2-Man and the Lady just to show people I've worked with these folks, and I have worked with some people before they became big the way they is, and he's just a great guy. A guy that I don't understand all of his characteristics, but just to get to know him, he's a good guy. He's a dope guy, and I think that's great to see him out here making moves. That finally he got a platform and a voice. His videos are going viral. He's almost at 100K, and people can't say, "Oh, it's because of Tasha K." No, that's because of his will. It's because that he's pushing out the content. Tasha K can promote you all day long. She can share you all day long. But if you ain't offering no content, they'll just be coming for nothing. A person, you can pay somebody to promote you, and this is for anybody. If you want to pay somebody for sponsorships, and if you ain't got a good product, you can announce it all day. That don't mean they're going to come and follow it. You know, you can talk all day long. That don't mean that you can follow it. And one thing that I admire about Storm that I think I could critique a model on is that he don't answer to the noise. He just focuses on the content. I think with Ahmad Wiggins, he always want to answer to what's going wrong and what ain't right, and he responds to it. He say, "I'm so above these other bloggers. It's a new era." Okay, when the era supposed to start? When you just on Jason Lee's show, and you know, because it's a new era, you shouldn't be talking about us no more. You supposed to be so far gone talking, but you talk about us because that gets you ratings, right? And Tasha K was a big help for Storm, but Storm kept the videos coming. That's the part that y'all not missing. When she promote him, when he was at, I remember when Storm was at 5,000 subscribers. And I remember I was watching Tasha K. She said, "Shout out to my boy Storm, a new YouTuber, because he paid for her consultation." Now, let's fast forward almost a year later. That man is almost at 100K. Because you know what? He stayed consistent. Now Tuesday we got a big show planned for y'all Tuesday. We're gonna be talking about the politics and the mess. So I'm gonna show y'all this flyer that we came up with. Thank you to the producer that added my logo to it. Don't forget, next week we'll be doing the debate. Next week we will be covering the debate, and that will be immediately following the debate. And also too, we will be covering gagging as well, because Prince is going to be on gagging. So if I don't catch it live, I will be doing it a late night show. So if I don't catch it live, I will do a late night show and to give a full review of that show. They need to create a blog in hip hop. They probably will shake the microphone and throw notes on each other. Screw you to not notify. All right, so I will open up the phone lines. What do y'all think about the interview with Jaguar Wright? Did y'all enjoy it? Because I really did enjoy it. I think it was a dope interview. I think it would have been great. And he allowed her to talk. And I think a lot of people were saying, "Oh, why is she on the rails?" When you listen to it, she definitely have a point, and she's out here screaming to the rooftop of how the industry done her wrong. I don't think that she's crazy. I said she's a little bitter, not crazy. I think she's a little bitter. I think we all get a little bitterness. But nevertheless, the woman is entertaining, because she entertained me for 2 hours and 43 minutes. Her other interview was 3 hours. And what Storm Monroe is doing currently, because I'm getting the notifications, this is why he's growing, he's chopping up each single segment of that 3-hour interview. So if you couldn't catch the full interview, you could catch the parts of the interview. That is the main reason why Storm is growing. It's because he's on his hustle. Period. It's not just because of Tasha. It's because of the work ethic. Period. So when Tasha do share him, and she don't share him every day, his videos, he got his own fan base. And he got people that don't watch Tasha that watch just his channel. So I'm loving it. I'm entertained by it. And so when people try to throw shade at him, I always say this: you can throw shade at him all day long, but listen to what he is doing. He's offering and giving people the content. He's staying focused and smart. Now, I want to ask y'all, how did y'all enjoy the interview? All right, let's go to the phone lines. 8655, calling you on the air.
Hi, how are you?
All right, go ahead.
Hey, you know what? I think it's just the energy that's out there, especially with African American women. I know at the first of the year, I'm going to say it like this: God had me take a stand against a pastor that was manipulating the women out of their money. When he got done with these women, he was able to build a $1 million home. He had 23 cars and other things, you know. I appreciate Jaguar. To me, every time she opened her mouth, she was empowering me as a sister to stand up against unrighteousness. And I just encourage other women to stand up, follow suit, and stand up against this abuse in the Black churches, in the industry. And let me just say it like this. How can I say with let me just put it like this. I have a sibling who lived in Columbus, Georgia, on the same block that Diddy girl grew up on. Okay? And Jaguar is not lying. She's not lying. And I just applaud her. And we should just be applauding her and supporting this sister, because this is a heavy load to carry. Do we realize her life is on the line now?
Yes.
And I'm going to end it at that, baby. I love your show. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless Storm. God bless Jaguar. We pray for that sister because people understand what I'm saying. She just put her life on the line. And I'm going to let you go, baby. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. 646-716 had me turn down the background. All right. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I just wanted to touch on two things. So starting with Jaguar, I think that Jaguar kind of lost me as she when she talks about the things that she talks about. At first I was kind of, I was hearing her, but sometimes when she goes off on tangents, when she was listening to the Armand Wiggins show, when she was commenting on Summer Walker, she kind of lost me there, because when she was speaking, like she was speaking facts, it turned out she had no idea what was going on with Summer Walker. She actually offended her. And I don't even know if she apologized. She just said that it seemed that way because she carries a teddy bear, which is probably just a part of her act. So in some ways, Jaguar reminds me a little bit of you, Wiley. And I say that because sometimes, I listen to you and you get me. I'm just like, okay, I understand what he's saying. But then sometimes you'll switch it up and I'm like, where is Wiley going with this? Because it's not really like consistent, because sometimes you'll change your mind and stuff. And so with that, I did want to ask you, I saw that you and Armand had kind of made up not long ago. What happened where that fell through? What happened with that? I thought that everything was going well with you guys again.
I think, again, it's creative differences. He think I should do it this way, and I think he should do it that way. But at the same time, we still have a mutual respect for each other. We ain't not in no boxing ring. He's 1,000 miles away. He's doing his content, and I'm doing my content. It's just creative differences, I would say, but nothing personal.
Do you believe that he respects you? Do you
I believe so.
Believe that?
I know I respect him, but you have to ask him that question. I believe so, in my humble opinion, but you can ask him for yourself. But for me, I respect that brother. I have nothing against him.
Okay, and so with the respect, is that the reason why you do commentary on him, because you do respect his
because
work?
He's a hot topic, he's a celebrity. Why not do commentary? No, ain't we all up here celebrities?
I mean, I think I take the word celebrity a little bit differently than you do, but that's okay, because celebrities to some people are those who are living in the limelight, and then other celebrities, like for you, are people who are commentators on YouTube. So I guess it all just depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, it's a celebrity. Like Tasha K, she's a celebrity. She's in the news. You hear about her. I mean, she may not be the traditional celebrity making a movie, but this is the new version of celebrity. I think the definition of celebrity, how to become a celebrity, have changed. Now you can build your own fan base and you can be known to people and you are a celebrity, because we have people viewing this show from Canada, from everywhere. It's just like it was like a whole rant. So I'm responding to the rant, you know, but I'm responding calmly. I'm drinking my water. I just took my medication. I'm complying with my meds. But if I see something, I say something. I have nothing personal against him, because I think what he does is great for the culture. But I just think that you cannot dish it out, and you got to be able to take it. I dish it in. I take both of it. It's great for commentary, by the way. It's just great for commentary.
And I'm looking at the comments, and I do agree with Tasha a little bit more on the word socialite versus celebrity. And even socialite is someone who kind of builds their way into social circles, into that realm. I do agree with her better on that.
I say I'm a celebrity.
Celebrity is somebody that if I were to walk into the living room and ask like someone who doesn't watch YouTube who they are, they're going to know who they are. Certain people are celebrities
that do know you. Like you don't know every celebrity. Jaguar Wright is a celebrity. But everybody didn't know who she was. Not. Yes, she is a celebrity. Absolutely, she is. She worked in the business. She had albums that she sold. Certain people know who she is. And I've asked questions. She's a celebrity as well.
No. Celebrity, Wiley, you're getting a little aggressive. I'm just letting you know
she is.
The word celebrity is someone who is widely known, not certain
It's widely known. You don't know everybody. She's a celebrity because she's known to me and known to hundreds of thousands of people. Ain't nobody going to watch no interview for 3 hours and they don't know who she is.
I definitely didn't watch that interview.
He had about 7,000 to 8,000 people watching. That woman is a celebrity.
Because the word celebrity means a famous person.
She's famous. You can Google her name. She got a Wikipedia. She's a celebrity. And she's
a lot of IG models. A lot of IG models have those. Are they considered celebrities, or they're just
absolutely? They're celebrities as well. The game as celebrities, in my humble opinion, have changed. It's switched, right? It's not the traditional way to be.
In the comments, put a number 1 if Jaguar Wright is a celebrity. Put a number 2 if she is not.
What's your last one? I'm gonna go to these next. I'm gonna go to these next 2 callers. Thank you, caller.
All right.
0622, caller, you on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
First of all, thank you for inviting me on your show.
Hi.
I know it's kind of hard to come after that, but I do want to say this. I want to say that you can tell that Jaguar had a lot that she was holding on to. And, holding on to things can really make your soul weak, And so it was just something that she was harboring and carrying on. And I really feel like 2020 is really the year of truth. Like, so many people are getting exposed. Do you agree with that?
I believe so. I think everybody got time to expose people because you got time to be with self. So yes, I do believe that. And it's just the beginning.
I believe that. It truly is. So I want to tell you to stay true to who you are. You just gained a new caller. I'm on for the show. I'm on for you. And I'm a new subscriber. So thank you.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-7. You too, ma'am. 646-716-8447. Let's go to 1334. Call you on there.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
So I wanted to call and talk about the Jaguar, right? And also the Armand situation.
Yes. Go ahead, sister.
Now, first of all, Armand. Now, Armand, I actually watch him. I watch all of you guys. And I just feel like we're all talking about the same stuff.
Right.
So why the drama? Like, I messes with Armand heavy. I like, Tasha K, not so much, but I still watch people's content. And I feel like what Armand is doing, I really mess with it. I really seen him grow, and I really mess with Armand like that. Like, I don't know why there's so much hate when it comes to him. And as far as him and Jaguar Wright, let's not forget that she talked mess about him first, and then he came on and said what he said. Like, she has a lot of things to say, and I feel like with her, she just hurt. Like the other caller said, she's hurt. Like, she been done
dirty by the industry, and now she's like, you know what? I'm gonna feel to lose. Let me just spare everybody business out there like that. I'm not saying she's lying or telling the truth, but I feel like she just like, fuck it. I might just tell everybody business. I ain't got nothing else to do. That's really how I feel like with this whole Jaguar Wright situation. And it is entertaining. Like, everybody's watching it. And as far as the Storm taking over an interview, Armand may have messed up the interview by, saying how he felt, but who going to just let somebody talk crap about them and be like, oh, let me just be nice so I can get a little interview? No. I like how he stayed true to himself. Like, you're not going to sit here and talk crap about me. Oh, well, you're not going to my show. Oh, well, bye, I forget you. Like, I really feel Armand on that. But, congrats to Storm for having an interview. She is entertaining. And, he got his views.
Right. And this is his second interview that he received. And I've never seen an interview back-to-back getting all of those views. So that tell you the power of Jaguar Wright's words. Because he done 2 interviews, 5 hours combined, and hundreds of thousands of views. So that'll tell you a lot of people is interested in what Jaguar Wright have to say.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's like the girl said, this quarantine has everybody in the house and people telling their truth now and everybody listening. And maybe he was the only person who wanted to take her because I don't see everybody else, like Hollywood Unlocked, knocking down her door. He probably even know who the hell she is. So maybe Storm only the one who was able to take her, who wanted to take her at the time. You never know.
I feel you. But other blogs talked about her too. With the Summer Walker piece, that's how a lot of us folks today gotten to know who she was. If you typically did not know her music, because they reposted her. Right, it started out with Summer Walker. What she said about Summer Walker, she said that Summer Walker was touched, and Summer Walker responded and said she wasn't touched. So I think that's how a lot of people got to know who did not know her name now because of that.
Yeah, but like the comments are saying, Armand definitely made her relevant because nobody knew who she was until Armand put that video up talking about that whole Summer Walker, like you said, the situation with Summer Walker. So I need people to start giving people credit. If you're going to do this whole blogging thing, give people their credit, because just like Armand did stuff first, so Tasha K, and so have you probably. Like, it's just like, give people their credit though. We can still all support each other. Why we got to tear everybody down? We all come with the same news at different times and different feedbacks and different, different clues and different teas, whatever you want to call it.
I feel you on that.
Thank you.
No, thank you, sister, for calling in. All right. The number is 646-716-8447, 5808. Call you on air. 5808. Area code 929. You live on the air.
Hello.
Yay. You live on the air.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing
I've
good.
been trying to contact you for like a week now. I love your schedule, and I just want to say that you're a beautiful human being. I'm not going to get into so much celebrity drama because I don't like getting into it, but I will say is that what you spoke about bipolar disorder, I spoke about my therapist, and your man.
You said what?
I suffer from depression, and you're so strong. And to be, like I told my therapist, to be as open and break the stigma. I think that's the most beautiful thing a human can be, a human being can do, living with a condition. What you said made me cry. What you said, I spoke to my therapist with, and it was so beautiful. And from that point on, I said, you're going to make it far. You're not, we have our limitations and our struggles, and it's hard. It's not easy, but you are so beautiful. And I just hope that you see it. Your show brings warmth. It makes me want to wake up in the morning. It's just so beautiful. And I hope you know that. Like I told my therapist, like, I love the way that you break down our condition, the way that even when you came for Jason Lee, it's nothing to mess with. People don't understand that bipolar can come from anything, environment, chemical. Nobody to this day scientifically knows where it comes from. And right now, me at 27, from 15 to 27, it's a journey. It's a struggle. It can have its blessings. You just unlock something in me be as open and honest and brilliant. You're brilliant.
Thank
you, sister. And I love the fact that what you're doing, you make me to have a human being want to wake up every morning and embrace who you are. I love that, and I love you. I just when I think that, I said, Mommy, I gotta tell this man I love him. I live in Georgia, so if you ever come out, I want to hang out with you, and I have to give you a hug. Okay. I have to.
Oh, well, thank you, sister.
I have to.
Thank you so much for that.
I wish you so much success. I wish you so much success. I have a YouTube on the Seventh House, and it's just you're just beautiful. And I told my therapist about you. You're just beautiful. Just to break it down and have it for people to understand it. A mental illness, and my mother was clapping also because she vouched for me. It was a big journey, especially coming up in New York, peer pressure, this, that, and the third, and it just ignited something in me. I said, this man is going to make it. He's not going to let it limit him. He's not going to use that as a crunch. We're going to feel empowered, and I think that's beautiful. But you're appreciated. Someone loves you. So whenever you feel down, just know. And I always wanted to say this: you are loved.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. You have a good day. Thank you.
Be well.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was love. Thank you to that caller. That was beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, this is the Icon from New York. That was a beautiful message for the young sister. We really appreciate that from the Wiley Show. That's why we love the Wiley Show.
Oh, can you speak up in the phone, Icon? You sound far away.
No, I was saying it was a beautiful message from the last sister that just called in.
Yes, it was. Thank
but
you.
I also want to say to the previous caller that called in about giving credit. So the message that she just preached, she needs to preach that to her, Wiggins, because he doesn't give credit. We were shocked that he gave Wiley credit today.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna repeat what you said because they ain't gonna be able to hear you because your phone sound muffled. But yes, Ahmad did give me credit today. I don't know why, what was in his spirit, but I think it was great because that's what you're supposed to do. With whatever you get your information, give credit. What's your other point?
Just keep doing the job. Keep doing your job. You're doing the damn thing. Shout out to Tasha K in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Tasha K in the chat. Thank you, Icon. And that's what it's all about. You know, I just took my medicine. So when I got off screen, I said, I got to take my medicine to stay compliant on it. I've been sleeping better, eating better. I start my walks tomorrow when I can walk. I was going to do today, but I couldn't hardly do it this morning. But I just thank everybody. So when I got woken up to that, I was like, okay, I can handle this. So I went live on page on Station Head. Let me actually drop that link down there because we had an amazing show. If anybody else want to call in, the number is 646-716-8447. But if you all missed that show, it's short but sweet to the point. I'm going to drop it down there in the comments. If you all have missed it, it was a great show. So let me drop it down, the link down in the comments for y'all. Give me a second. And to answer to that caller, to my answer to that is thank you, because I'm very transparent when it comes to my mental health, my journey with it, when you don't want to take the pills because it make you feel shame and you have to take this. But it took my therapist to tell me, if you had high blood pressure or if you had any type of disorder, medical sense, you would take it just to, probably not to get rid of it, but to contain it. So you have that, give that same approach with it and as well. Like even with me having on my glasses, you have it on it so you can see better, or you could be ashamed to wear glasses. So have that same approach with, with mental health. So I've been taking my medicine, been sleeping on the schedule, not answering the phone at night like I used to, being on the phone all day. Because I used to be on the phone just all day. When the sun come up, I'm still on the phone. And then I get up and do a show and don't sleep within 2 or 3 days. 1397, call you on the air. 1397, you live on the air.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I think we all have some type of disorder, whether it's a mental disorder or just the need for something. Because if not, we would not seek out spirituality from when we're weak, depressed, tired, et cetera, et cetera. So for anybody out there listening, whether it's depression, bipolar, loneliness, just being sad, don't feel certain type of way or feel excluded, because everybody in the world is feeling that at some point in time in life. I think you're a good role model for those that do suffer from it, and you carry yourself well. When I first started watching, you rubbed me wrong a little bit at first, but within 3 days, you grew tremendously. And like the previous caller said, you put a warmth in a heart. You're like yin and yang, and it just combines together really well. And it's amazing to watch your growth and your perspective. And you're very, very intelligent, very intelligent. And I wish you nothing but prosperity, abundance, and everything good in life, because you deserve it. And don't rush it, because it's all in divine timing.
Divine timing. Thank you so very much, caller.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right. 6246 caller, you on the air.
Hi, this is Pretty Mills. I'm just calling to say that when I started watching Jack's videos, like, it's a big eye opener. Like, she says stuff that we know, like, we know in the back of our minds that shit is real, but it's so good to see somebody be so brave and so real and sacrifice. I don't know what she's sacrificing, but I know it's not easy to do that, what she's doing. But to just let it be known, like, listen, if you want to be in this industry, this is what you're going to face. Like, I'm a rapper myself, and I know in the back of my mind, this shit I'm going to have to face, but to hear it come out her mouth, like, look, this what the fuck it is. This is what has happened. And if I'm lying, sue me. Ain't nobody sue her yet.
Wow.
She said herself for the greater good, and she needs to be respected for it. I give her the utmost respect, and I'm so grateful. So grateful, because I can't imagine if I lived the life that she lived, I would be able to open my mouth and say all of that.
No one is kissing no one's ass.
Facts.
All right.
Facts. And I was just like, I wish, if you can hear this, Jack, I just want to say thank you, because that is some real brave shit. People die for opening their mouth.
Stay independent as an artist. Please. Indie is what's up. Stay indie. It ain't worth it. Do it because you love it. That's it.
Facts.
Facts.
Like, she inspired me. She really inspired me to do what I do because I love it. Don't worry about what the fuck this person doing, that person doing, that person doing. Mind your motherfucking business. Stay sober and just be yourself.
All right. Thank you, caller. I'm going to go to the next caller. Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all.
Bye. All right. 4434, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wally, how are you? This is Deshaun.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, I think Jaguar Wright, I don't think that she's a bitter person. I think that she's very passionate. She's a young Black woman that has been through things in her life. She talks about sexual abuse and trauma prior, as well as being in this entertainment industry, and she's been messed over a lot. But I want to say, with her coming forth with all these allegations with P. Diddy and Mary J. and a lot of other people, what's going to happen? I mean, I hope it'll be a change, like regarding the entertainment world, or if the officials are going to look into it further with her allegations of sexual trafficking. But I'm glad that she came forth and told her story. But nonetheless, I hope that there's something further done with these serious allegations regarding children and stuff like that. But that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
Right.
And like I said,
thank you.
The industry, this is not a first time. This probably won't be the last time. It's a lot that goes on in that industry. And what gets me when you witness that stuff, I just wish people will call it out day one. Don't wait until years pass. Call it out when you're there. But a lot of people wait for years to pass, then call it out when, statutes and limitation moves past. But regardless of what went on, I hope and pray that they get involved and that they pull the cover off of this situation, because like when R. Kelly, they should have been called this up. Now everybody want to speak out against R. Kelly, but he been doing this. But you was too busy singing "I Believe I Can Fly." You was too busy stepping in the name of love. You was too busy when a woman's fed up. You was too busy singing "The Same Girl" featuring Usher. So Why you didn't call it out then? When the money gone, oh, now you just want to call it out. But I'm not in the music business. But I will tell you this. I had a friend that was in Chicago. He was on Sunday's Best. And he on the down low. And he was giving me the tea on some of these gospel artists. And that's like a whole nother beast of it all. You think them people singing about Jesus, you ain't seen no best until you get into that gospel industry. And so it's a lot that goes on in that gospel industry. You get these people that preach against, same-sex marriage and stuff, and they up there getting their back blown in by somebody, and they got a wife on the side, So my prayer is that the cover be pulled off in that industry, and that more people, because it's not just Kels, it's not just Robert Kelly. It's actually more people that is in the business taking advantage of minors, and they need to be brought to justice like everybody else. I personally believe that. I personally believe that that's not the only one, that more people need to call out. But yes, that gospel industry is just as bad, if not worse, than the R&B pop music, because there's a lot of stuff. If you go back into James Cleveland, allegedly, what he have done to boys, and they have spoken out about it, but they ain't take away from the James Cleveland Lifetime Achievement Award. You still are getting that award. And this man has all type of allegations made about him, but you're not going to hear that. People are talking about it, they'll know of it, but they'll keep a hush hush because they don't want to mess up the brand or the imagery of that person. They doggone sure don't want to have to remove songs out of their catalog. I don't mind her calling out the Foo La La. It's true, but she was a part of it, not saying nothing until now. She's trying to revive her career. Ooh, yes, that's the truth. They say, yeah, the gospel industry is a whole nother mess. Yeah. So I say I'm not going to be long on here. I thoroughly entertained by, Storm interview. Shout out to Tasha K. She came in the chat. Thank you to the callers. I think the interview, I highly suggest you go listen to it. Even if you can't consume all of it, Storm is actually breaking down the interview in parts. And the brother is breaking it down. And so you can catch and consume each part of the interview, part 1, part 2, part 3. And he got it with which subject she talked about. So I highly suggest you go and check that out. The reporter, the first broke the R. Kelly story, wrote an excellent book. It was an eye opener. Leo, you got to email me that. I got to see, hey, Leo, I got to see that book. Please let me know about that book, because I got to read that. I would love to read it, because I'm definitely reading Just Mercy by, I think it's Brian Stevenson. I believe that's his name. I'm reading that book currently, but I would love to read that. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode. And if you have missed it, you can definitely catch the replay. Don't forget to Tuesday, we will be covering the presidential debate. That will be immediately following debate. And also, too, do not forget my birthday is November 11th. We'll be celebrating. I'll be 30 years old. Don't forget, November 11th, I will be 30 years old. Okay? Yes. Don't forget that. And my birthday will be November 30th. I'm super excited for that. So thank you to anybody that's bringing me gifts. And I got to go because I got to get my sleep in. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Oh, let me say, hold up 1 second. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I keep forgetting this, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? We're almost at 13K. Like and subscribe. Do not forget, click the like button and subscribe. I always forget to say that because I think people do it automatically, but let me announce it, okay? Like and subscribe. If you haven't, if it's your first time, thank you to you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. But if this is your first time, click the like button and subscribe. Okay, I'm gone from now. I'm gone. I ended it all. Okay, I want to get out of the 1 hour mark. That's perfect.